and Jill as the amazing shake's about to start. words, Amazing Angel Shake.
We're your hosts, Sophia Longtain, 2022 and 2023 National Amazing Shake competitor.
And I'm Ella Molly, your 2023 Amazing Shake competitor as well.
In a moment, Miss Levings, our principal, will be describing the rules for our first round, First Impressions.
For being here, and welcome to our 5th annual Amazing Angel Shake competition at IWA middle level. I'm the principal, Mrs. Levings, Mrs. Marcy Levings, and before we begin, I ask that you bow your head for a prayer. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Strong and faithful God, as we come together for this contest, we ask that you bless our student participants. Keep them focused on their mission, instill in them a respect for each other, and reward them for their perseverance. Help them glorify you by doing their very best in this contest and each day. Lead us all to the rewards of your kingdom, where you live and reign forever and ever. Amen. Praise be the incarnate word, now and forevermore. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. So let's talk about this contest. First impressions are powerful. Often before there is enough time to demonstrate real abilities, the first impression is already cast. And that's why at IWA we strive to develop the whole child, intellectually, physically, and spiritually. Our goal is to prepare our students with academic skills, character, and courage so they can perform well in the world when they leave us. This competition helps us to do that. Through unique opportunities like this, we can develop our students to gain confidence and resilience that will shape their lives now and in the future. The premise behind this contest is one that places an emphasis on teaching our students manners, discipline, respect, and professional conduct through competition. The goal is to prepare them so they're able to present themselves in middle school, grades 6th, 7th, and 8th, for whatever the future has to hold for them. Over the next 2 weeks, this is only round 1, they're going to go through 6 elimination rounds until there are only 2 students left who are going to represent IWA at the National Amazing Shake competition at the Ron Clark Academy in Atlanta, Georgia. That'll be in March, so we'd like to keep you all informed of that. Round 1, after today, 16 students will advance, and our scoring committee will be here looking at your scores and adding those up. If you see this black wall behind me, it is a maze. It's an obstacle course of creative case scenarios that's made up of 10 unique stations, where they'll also have 67s to perform to the best of their ability. Tomorrow, students are going to be working with professionals in a work the room competition, which we all know as adults is something that we do often. Round 4 is a secret. It's called Poise Under Pressure. Round 5, 6, and 6 are also secrets. At this time, I'd like to extend a special thanks to the judges for being here. I know it's hard to carve out time of your busy schedules, but we appreciate it. And I also want to sincerely thank the students that are in front of the stage who chose to do this on their own and have been undergoing weeks of preparation and practice for today. Also, I'd like to thank our generous sponsor, Hicks Automotive Group, who has supported this program for years. And now for the instructions. You will conduct an interview with students in cycles. Each cycle has 11 judges and we'll have 11 students, and then we'll have a 5-minute break. Judges, just so you know, there is water and sanitizer at all of your stations. You will conduct a one-on-one interview that will begin with an introduction and a handshake. You will ask each student the question provided on the paper at your station. Feel free to ask a follow-up question or questions to keep the conversation flowing if needed for those 60 seconds, at which time a buzzer will sound. The student will then hand you their scorecard, which they have, and you will place a cumulative score on the scorecard next to your assigned judge's number. Please place the score in that assigned slot. Categories are listed in that reference rubric if you need them. 20 would be for an outstanding interaction, a perfect score. 15 would be very good, 10 average. Again, anywhere between 1 through 20 you can score. After scoring, students will continue on to each judge, rotating clockwise, until each student sees them, and then again, we'll have a 5-minute break and move on to cycle 2. There'll be a few sounds you'll hear: a buzzer, a gong, and a ding. The gong, sound please. That sound means that the interview time will start. The 60 seconds begins. The buzzer means that 60-second interview has concluded. And judges, we're going to give you 20 seconds to mark the student scorecard. Then you'll hear a ding. That's good. That's a ding. And the students will, alarm clock, I guess we can say, once you hear the alarm clock. Students will collect their cards and move in front of the next judge. When you hear the gong sound, then you'll know that it's time for that 60 seconds. And students, do you understand? Okay. You'll have that time to visit with each judge. It only takes 1 minute to leave the very best first impression, so carpe diem, seize the day. Most of all, today, remember to be bold, brave, and have fun. We're proud of you regardless of the outcome today. Judges, if you have any questions, please let us know. But before we go in, as Mrs. Dodd told me, we won't let you go in cold. We're going to have members of our National Junior Honor Society go ahead and practice so you get a feeling for what this is going to feel like with sounds, questions, timing. So NJHS members, if you can stand in front of a judge, stay standing behind the chair, please. They can face the judge at this time. Gong sound, please.
Angels, and we have another host with us here.
Hello everyone, I'm Annabelle Clark. I am an alumnus of the Amazing Angel Shake in 2019 and 2020, and I'm honored beyond belief to be a MC for today's event.
We're so happy to have you. So, since you have competed in the Amazing Shake, what were your feelings before the competition that our competitors are feeling right now?
Oh my goodness, it's all nerves. It is all nerves, especially having never been part of a public speaking competition before. I was less than enthusiastic to be a part of this competition, having been homeschooled my entire life prior to this. And when my mom said, "Hey Annabelle, you should go to this competition. I think it'd be a very rewarding experience," I said, "All right, I guess so." And I was so blown out of the water by how beneficial this was to my skills as a public speaker, as a debater, and just as a person overall. It taught me so many influential skills and really impacted my life. Even now, as a senior here at Incarnate Word Academy, I'm blessed beyond belief to have been a part of this.
I'm shocked. I always thought you would have been like very sociable your entire life, but I just learned that you were homeschool. I would have never guessed.
I was
Like,
an introvert.
you do so many events at our school. I see you a lot. You always do prayer at the games. I would have never guessed. I was similar in that way. I'm not from Texas. I moved here from Colorado. So
Go
when
Texas.
when I came here in 7th grade, I decided to sign up for the Amazing Shake because I just thought, why not? And one of my friends tried to convince me to do it, so I just decided to do it, and I became a different person afterwards. I can talk to so many people now. Everyone was scared of me in 7th grade because I just stood in the corner and hid away because I was too scared to talk to anybody. But now I have grown up so much that I just learned so much, and I'm so grateful for it.
That's really great, Sophia. So, having been a recent graduate of the Amazing Angel Shake just this past year, what is your favorite memory? What has really resounded with you this year hereafter?
I really was sounding with me. I will always carry with me the experience from Amazing Shake, just going to Ron Clark. It was so mind-blowing because the school is just so different, and I just learned so many skills that I still use in my day-to-day life today.
That's beautiful. And both Sophia and I were honored and fortunate enough to score high in the competition, the local competition, and attend the national competition in Atlanta, Georgia. And I think it was about March. And so that experience, for these students also, they have 6 different rounds that they have to go through, as Mrs. Levings previously discussed. And the top competitors from this competition get to go to Atlanta, Georgia in late March to compete at the Ron Clark Academy for the National Amazing Shake. And so it's a really wonderful opportunity. But a lot of these these rounds mirror what we will experience, or what these students will experience at the National Amazing Shake. And they're fun, they're nerve-wracking, but they're also very beneficial. Welcome back, Ella. And now we are fortunate enough to have a closer look at some of the judges and contestants here today. So let's take a look. halfway done with our first rotation of students of competitors here. And kind of looking over my shoulder here, watching some of these interviews brings back a lot of memories, especially from all of the rounds of this wonderful competition. So I was going to ask you, Ella, what was your favorite round out of all 6 you had last year? Because they kind of mirror each other throughout the years. They're pretty much the same. What was your favorite round and why? And what did you learn from the most?
My favorite round was by far the Gauntlet. You learn the most out of there, and then just being on your toes the entire time and not knowing what to expect is the best part. And then you learn so much through that, because in life, like, so many things get thrown at you. You have to improvise, and you just have to use your knowledge to get you through something. And then confidence, that will help you a lot throughout the Gauntlet.
Poise under pressure.
Poise under pressure.
So what was the round or the rotation that caught you the most off guard?
Definitely the one where we had to sell a car.
What?
We had to sell a Mercedes car at the dealership, and that was the hardest for sure, because you were talking to people who knew the car inside and out. So I was just trying to come up with points, make sure I didn't mess up, because they knew what I was saying, if it was right or wrong.
And did you sell the car?
I did.
Wow. And look at that. We have a future car dealer in our hands here.
So, Annabelle, I know that you went through 2022.
2019 and 2020. I feel kind of old.
2019 and 2020.
Yes.
And so I bet you have a lot of memories from there.
I do. I
What's
certainly
your favorite
do.
one?
I remember my 5th round was we went to a jewelry store, and I had to sell this very expensive engagement ring to a customer who is very fretful about trying to get it all done in time. And so I was sitting here trying to sell this ring that I'd memorized everything about the night before, and all of a sudden this man comes rushing in from the side, yelling that he wants his money back for something I had sold him the day before. And so I had to diffuse the situation with the angry customer while still maintaining my sales with this customer. And it was just a good lesson in poise under pressure, trying to keep my cool while someone's yelling at me and someone's about to say, "Oh, I'm just going to walk out because you're busy." And I still remember saying, I got this customer quiet and I sold him the ring. And before he left, I looked him in the eye and I said, "I wish you the best of happiness." Straight faced, and they all burst into laughter. So it's good to have fun while you're doing it, but also maintaining that poise is really important as well.
Wow, that is a very tricky situation.
Yes.
question that you liked? You were like, I got this. I know this one. I prepared.
Yes, probably the one about what quality in a leader do you think is best. I practice that one really, really hard. So yeah.
Okay, well, thank you. We're going to
Thank
move on
you.
to our next contestant now.
Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm here with Brooks, and I'm going to be asking him, what was the hardest question that you got today?
The hardest question, I think it came from judge number 5. They asked me what is the most important quality of a leader, and it was hard to answer because there's so many, and I didn't really know which one to say. So I said the most important one that I thought was important.
What was that?
I said communication, because you need to be able to talk with others, and you need to be able to communicate with them.
That's very good. Okay guys, I'll see you in round 2.
Howdy everyone, this is Randall. He is a contestant fresh off of his competition. So Randall, on a scale of 1 to 20, how well do you think you did in this competition today?
Well, of course, I don't want to be overly confident,
That's good.
but I would say I did pretty well. I
That's
feel
good.
better than last year.
That's good.
I feel very confident in my ability to speak. Proud of how I did.
That's really good. I'm glad. So what would you say a number would be?
I'm going to go an average of 10 or 15.
That's good. Humility is an important quality. Oh, we're live. Welcome back. Sorry we missed you. So we've been looking through these student preparation packets for the last couple minutes that the students were provided with before this competition, and it's a thick packet. It is a pretty thick packet. It is a lot of things to know before this competition. So they are tested to the very limits of their ability, and so I just thought we could go through this packet a little piece by piece and kind of divulge into some of these questions.
I remember studying hours for Amazing Shake. I spent so much time going through these packets. So first off, we have a couple of sample questions that I'm sure that they're asking in the round right here. So Annabelle, let's see.
Oh goodness, please don't test me. I'm a little rusty.
Let's see. Let's choose a good one. How would your friends describe you?
My friends, do I have to? I think my friends would describe me as enthusiastic, as kind, as engaging, and also very organized. I'm a very organized person and communicative and bring people together. And so I love to bake, and I think my baking skills bring people together because as soon as they see me walk in with a bunch of goods in my hand, they all flock to me. And so I gain a lot of friends through my food. But yes, it's really important to have those qualities as a good friend, also watching out for each other as well as being kind to others.
That's a good answer. I asked you that because I don't like being asked that question. I remember
Really?
being asked that I didn't want to answer.
Okay, now I'm going to give you a really hard one.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Let's see. What advice would you give someone who has to fire someone? I heard that question down here.
I
just a minute
heard
ago.
someone being asked this. I remember being asked this before, and I never liked this question, but I always said that I wouldn't. It's a difficult question.
It is a difficult question.
I would let them down slowly. I would call them in, and I wouldn't be too harsh about it. And if I was firing them for a specific reason, I would tell them that that's the reason that they were being fired. Because I'm harming them more if I'm not telling them the reason they're just being fired. I'm just telling you're fired and leave. So I wouldn't want to do that. I'd want to make sure that I educate them. So when they go on to their next company, I hope that they can do better and not make the same mistakes or just mistake or problem that they had at our company and have a better future at a different company.
Yes, definitely. So kindness, but also being direct.
Because we have to, if you're not direct about it, it kind of shows that you don't have too much power and you're not confident.
And they won't learn from their mistakes for the next time they apply
definitely.
for a job. Oh, and here's some current events questions.
Oh gosh,
Oh my goodness.
did not like studying the current events.
Let's see here. The U.S. Constitution sets minimum, but not maximum, age thresholds for presidents and members of the United States Senate and House of Representatives. Do you think that there should be a maximum age threshold? I'm not going to put you on the spot here. Let's just talk about this. Do you think there should?
I was asked this at the national competition, and I remember when I was practicing, I would always switch back and forth because I would always think of like a different reason for both sides.
Yes, definitely. Let's see. Oh, and you have to.
Okay, we're done.
meeting that person after to erase that bad first impression. If you don't have a strong handshake, if you don't look them in the eye, if you don't say good morning or good afternoon, my name is Annabelle Clark. But I think the most prominent and most important value that contestants should possess for this competition and for the future is confidence. If you are not confident in yourself and your abilities, you cannot attain any of these other qualities. It is important to present yourself as a leader, as a confident individual, because if you don't look important, if you don't act important, then you will not appear important to another person.
Confidence is definitely the key to everything. Confidence can get you from here to here really quick.
And even if you don't feel confident in the moment, if you take a deep breath and act like you look like $1 million and that you're going to do great in whatever you do, you will attain that confidence and be successful here and in life overall.
right, students, before I mention and I'm able to announce the top 16, starting with 16th place, I want to thank not only Awesome job. In 9th place, Sarveen Vatanka. Good job. In 8th place today, Audrina Pornazari. Excellent. In 7th place, Sebastian Valdez. Good job. In 6th place today, Jane David. Good job. And now in 5th place, Chapman Dodd. Good job. In 4th place today, Reggie Garza. Good job, Reggie. And now for the top 3. In 3rd place, Stella Guerra. Good job. In 2nd place, Brooks McDavid. Good job. And the student who placed first in the gauntlet today, moving on to round 2, Evelyn James. So congratulations to all of the students. Great job. We're going to have those students, Ms. Karbowski, if you can take them to the pre-holding tank to get ready for the gauntlet, which is going to start in the next 30 minutes. Good job, guys.
in the corner by myself, like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? And now I'm just like relieved that I made it past round 1, but now gotta make it past round 2. Are you surprised that you got top 3? What did you think you were gonna place? I thought I was definitely gonna make it. I looked at my scorecard and I was like, okay, I think I have a probability of making it. And then they started calling names and like we made it to the top 10. And I was like, wait, they haven't called my name. So I was like, am I not gonna get in? Like I was so confused. That feeling of terror, yes. Okay, well thank you. We'll move on to our next contestant now.
I'm back with Brooks, who placed second. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So we know that you did well in the interview about the hardest question, and you gave some really good advice because clearly paid off. But how do you feel now?
I feel a lot more relieved. You know, they were calling top 10. I was thinking that I would make it, but they were calling top 10. I didn't make it. I was getting nervous. We got down to top 5, and I was almost shaking. I was thinking that there's no way that I got in. I probably messed up somewhere that I didn't notice. And then it got to top 3, and then they called my name, and I was like, wow. I was very surprised that I did that good.
Mm-hmm. Being in 6th grade, I mean, this is a big accomplishment. Did you think you were gonna make it to the second round?
I thought I was trying to be confident. I thought I was going to make it to the second round, but I really didn't think that I was going to get second place overall.
So what are your thoughts about the Gauntlet?
I'm really excited. It looks really fun, and Miss Lovings explained it to it being like a sequence of a bunch of stuff, so I'm looking forward to it.
Gauntlet is my favorite round, so I wish you well, and we'll come back with the next person.
And now we have our last but not least, first place, Evelyn James. So how do you feel about getting first place?
It was definitely scary, especially when they're calling out everybody and I was the last person.
Oh, yes.
Like, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And they called my name. I'm like, oh, thank God. I'm like, awesome.
Were you confident in yourself before the round? Because you're a 6th grader, right?
Yes.
This is your first year competing in the Amazing Shake. Then were your expectations this high to make first place?
Yes. I mean, I didn't think I'd make first place, but I definitely had like the goal in mind to get top 16.
So how do you feel going into the Gauntlet round? What do you expect? What are your feelings about it?
I expect it to be similar, but not too similar to this round, and I think it's gonna be fun. I mean, you can see it over there, so I'm really excited.
Well, I had the most fun in the Gauntlet. That's also my favorite round. So congratulations, and I hope you have fun. round 2.
We're about to start round 2, which is the Gauntlet, and Miss Levins will be explaining the rules for that. It's actually me and Sophie's favorite
Yes,
round.
this one's so much fun. I can't wait to go through it with y'all.
Instill in them a respect for each other and reward them for their perseverance. Help them glorify you by doing their best in this contest. Lead us all to the rewards of your kingdom, where you live and reign forever and ever. Praised be the incarnate word, now and forevermore. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. So these are the 16 students that went through and were the top scorers in the first round, first impressions, earlier this afternoon. We all know as professionals that first impressions are powerful, and often before we have sufficient time to make and demonstrate our abilities, the first impression is cast, which is why this program and all the things we do at Incarnate Word Academy helps to develop the whole child physically, spiritually, and intellectually. So we want to make sure that these students prepare themselves today for the tasks of today and the tasks of tomorrow by giving them the confidence they need to succeed. The premise behind the Amazing Angel Shake, and I realize that several of you have been judges before, so thank you for returning. It really places an emphasis on teaching our students manners, discipline, respect, and professional conduct so that they can, like I said, present themselves exceptionally well for opportunities today and tomorrow. The students, these 16, passed first impressions, and you'll be momentarily going into the creative, which you have not seen yet, Gauntlet, which is an obstacle course of 10 creative stations. You'll have 60 seconds. So we're going to go ahead, and if we can get some sounds, if Mr. Perrone is around here. He's always listening. So that gong, as you know, but judges, that will indicate that the students may move on to the next station. There will be a buzzer to indicate that 60 seconds have ended. And then 20 seconds will be provided for judges to score each student. And remember, you're only scoring on the number of the station that you're working at. And then by the end of this round, 12 of these students will move on to tomorrow's round, Work the Room in the IWA library with a new set of community leaders and business professionals. So students, do you have any questions at this time? Judges, any questions? Okay, judges, if you can make your way back to your station. Thank you, judges.
looked like. It's very intense back there.
We understand the sound might not have worked, but we hope you enjoyed the view. So Ella, what do you think is the most difficult station so far?
Definitely the pause of the president definitely looks difficult. You have to sit and you're supposed to be with the president and you have to answer political questions that could be very controversial. So it's definitely tough. You have to give your opinion, but you still want to stay pretty unbiased. What about you, Sophie? What do you think the most interesting round or station?
Okay. The most interesting one, I think the most interesting one is probably the putt-putt pitch because I personally don't like that round that much. I've had to go through it a couple of times because I'm not the most creative person. I don't enjoy having to come up with my own concept, but I think it's the most interesting because students are put to the test. They have to think of a product beforehand and think of a way to make it sound appeasing to their investor and try to get them to buy it or to invest in it.
I think the funniest station was definitely the one with Sister Elizabeth, where you
yes,
have to teach her how to play Mario Kart, keep her intrigued, but still stay focused with her and have a conversation.
Yes, because I remember that station was also at the National Amazing Shake last year, and one of the key points they wanted to point out to us is that we have to teach her how to play the video game, but we can't just take the remote from her and just go, can you see, can you see? You have to make sure that you're engaging in conversation with her and let her hold the remote as well.
I remember at Nationals we played like the Pixel one, and I didn't even know how to play the game.
Yes, Pac-Man was it? Or
Pac-Man.
Yes,
Pac-Man.
yes.
And you had to play Pac-Man. It was on some pretty old video
it was on
game
some
set.
old-fashioned controller. I didn't know how to work it. It was.
I know, we had to learn ourselves while we were trying to teach them and keep them engaged. And the trickiest part is you have to show them how to do it, but not take over.
Yes,
while
that
still
was difficult.
managing how to get to know them and have a conversation with them.
Yes. And I think the most difficult station out of all of them was the customer service one, the Angel Burger. I have always struggled with customer service. Oh my gosh, I freak out whenever a customer comes over and starts complaining. I could never work in customer service. And so I remember last year we had to do that station at the Amazing Angel Shake, and the customer came up upset that there was hair in their food, and when they came up, they interrupted another customer and they just came and started complaining. I was like, I had no idea what to do for a second, but I was able to defuse the situation, but it was definitely really scary for me.
It's a very difficult task, but you learn a lot through it with how to deal with
do.
customers. So they'll be back there and it's supposed to be, they're supposed to be working at a burger shop and their customer is upset about the order, and so they have to kind of fix it, but be patient with them. So it's definitely a lesson you have to learn, but it's not an easy one to deal with.
Yes, customer service is a difficult job to do. My temper, I'd get too upset. I can't.
We'll be back with y'all in a little bit.
everybody. We are back from the Gauntlet. Right here with me, I have two contestants who just finished the Gauntlet. I have Matthew Bagala and Chapman. So I have a couple questions for y'all. How are you feeling after just exiting the Gauntlet?
I'm feeling just okay because I feel like I didn't do my best at the beginning. I didn't give it my best effort, but towards the end, I gave everything I had because I want to stay in this competition.
I understand that feeling. How about you?
I feel kind of the same as him, but I feel like I did really well in the first few rounds, but then I kind of tailed off in the end, so I wasn't focusing as much, but then I kind of brought it back. I think that's kind of what the competition's about.
Okay, well, I see that y'all have some confidence at least, which is good. And when it comes to Gauntlet, not every station is going to be a win. There's always going to be that one station that stumps you the most. So was there one station where y'all just did not know what to do?
There definitely was. So the station with Miss Loving's daughter, the station was basically to replace a burger that had cockroaches on it. And when I opened the burger, I jumped at the cockroaches. I actually jumped and made a little scream. And I think that, one, brought me down, and two, my excuse was very sorry. It was that we had a new kitchen manager. And I just blanked, and I realized that you can't blank on Amazing Shake.
I would have trouble with that one too. I understand that. You?
On the first one, actually, I feel like I didn't give enough talking points. Barbie Leos was asking how I felt about the Amazing Shake, and I kind of said like the generic things.
It's okay. You can't stand out for every single one.
Mm-hmm.
So, not every single one's gonna be a win, and that's okay. Good. It still sounds like that y'all still did really good. So since we went over the ones that y'all didn't like, was there anyone that you were like 100% confident about? I'm for sure I got a 15 above.
I felt good about the pep talk. I feel like
Pep
I
talk?
really
Okay.
encouraged him because where he was coming from, he was someone who's never been to the Gauntlet before, and neither have I. I didn't make it to the Gauntlet last year, so it was like a learning experience for both of us.
You understood what he
I
felt like?
understood what he felt like, exactly.
That's good. You?
For me, it was the golf course, because I felt like I was able to convince him that he should buy my company, not buy, like buy
Invest,
stake
yes.
in it. I feel like he really understood where I was coming from, and he said that it would have been a good idea in the real world too.
What was your company idea?
ICU doorbells, so like face recognition on doorbells.
Okay. I'm glad that you like that one. I don't like that station. I can't think of pitches like that. But thank y'all for letting me interview you, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a couple more contestants with me now. I have Mia and Abram, which are both 6th graders. So since y'all finished the Gauntlet, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling very nervous and excited. If I pass this, then that means we get to go down to Saturday, and that means potentially we could go to Georgia. So I'm very excited.
Georgia's
but
a lot of
nervous.
fun.
Yes,
I'm
It
actually
is.
very nervous and kind of disappointed because I feel like I could have done better than I did.
I understand that feeling. Everybody has that one feeling where you think back on that one station, you're like, I should have said this or I should have done that.
Yeah.
So, since every single station in the Gauntlet can't always be a win, was there any specific place where y'all just didn't know what to say, you blanked out, you didn't understand, or just the one that you had the most trouble with?
Oh yes, there was like actually kind of several. It was definitely the cookie one. The cookie one.
Oh, is that where y'all had to do the ad?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
I blinked out.
That's understandable. In the National Amazing Shake, we have to memorize a monologue, and that was one of the first stations when I went up at the Nationals, and I blinked out for a second. I freaked out. It's scary.
Yeah.
Mine was probably whenever I didn't know we were supposed to speak. I thought they were gonna take us a picture, and then she was like, it was like the red carpet one, and she was like, "Oh, why do you deserve to be on here?" And I was, I thought you were gonna take a picture, but then I had to improvise, and I didn't do so well, but it could have been a lot worse.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. It was the first station, right?
Yeah, I just went.
So yeah.
I was like,
So since we went over the stations that y'all had trouble with, was there anyone where you were 100% confident, you loved that station?
Yes. The pep talk one.
You're the second person to say that. What did you like about it?
I loved it. I love like helping people feel more calm. I got a 20 on that one. So.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that. You?
I loved playing the video game one.
Oh my gosh.
I loved it, and I also liked doing the ad. It was fun, like trying to memorize something, and like it's fun how I was like, well, there's only one true way. It was like funny.
Oh, you like accentuating the parts?
Yeah,
I love that. Okay, well, so scale to 1 to 20, what are y'all's confidence levels about making it to the next round?
10.
10, okay.
15.
15, okay. Well, well, thank you for letting me interview y'all. Y'all did great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's time to interview. I have one of our judges, Mr. Smith here.
I was in the $1 million festival. There were a couple, a lot of good presentations, a lot of fun things to consider. There was one for an animal shelter that was very intriguing, another one for some skin and hair products, and then another one that caught my attention for recycled aircraft pieces, which was really interesting.
That's creative.
So it was very creative, very nice to see, and I guess I've got a lot to consider.
Were you looking for anything specific when the competitors came up to you?
Looking for, confidence in what they were presenting. Confidence is important in what you're presenting, but also a solid idea that you can get behind and that it's responsible to put money into as well. So kind of those things put together, and there was a few that stuck out.
What is your overall opinion on the Amazing Angel Shake?
Good question. So I think it's a wonderful event to challenge and develop personal skills that is crucial in everyday life and everyday business and my business and other things that I do. Personal skills are very important, and the confidence to talk to different people. There's some days that go by that I talk to 12 or 15 different people in a day, and so to be able to have these skills and develop these skills is extremely important, and just as important as the knowledge you have is how you present it. And so I'm a big fan of the event, and I'll be back as long as you keep having me.
I love that. And we have 6th through 8th graders competing in this competition. Do you think you would have been able to do this when you were 6th through 8th grade?
That's a strong maybe. It would be easy to say yes, but I was impressed, and I know some of these students did very, very well and probably a lot better than I could have done at that time. So it's impressive to see.
Okay, well, thank you for letting me interview you.
You're welcome. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
that way, right? A little bit.
Hello, everybody. We are back, and I have another judge with us, Sister Elizabeth, one of our sisters from Incarnate Word and Blessed Sacrament. So, Sister, what station were you judging?
I was judging the race car.
Yes,
the
the
tech
Mario Kart.
race car. And it was amazing because I do not know anything about tech, and so people would come and say, "Oh, you'll have lots of fun." And I said, "I don't know if I will." But then the first person came in and she said her name and she was smiling and she said, "I said, well, this is a video game, you know, for two people. How do I play it?" She said, "Oh, no problem. You take this little steering thing and I'll take that." And she showed me how. And pretty soon she said, "Oh, you're doing so well. You got a 9. The first time I played that, I didn't even get that." And it gave me confidence.
Oh,
you know,
that's so sweet. I
was,
love that.
And then another boy came in and he said, "Oh, you did so well." And I felt like I was the one being judged instead. And so they were very relaxed, and some would come in and say, "I don't know anything about video games. I never played a video game." And I said, "Well, let's learn together." So I said, "You teach me and I'll learn." And so some of them did very well.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Oh, do you feel like you're like a pro at Mario Kart now? Can you do it?
I think I can, yes. And I never thought I would ever enjoy something like that.
Yes.
So I guess, like Mr. Patterson says, I teach Montessori 3 to 5, so you're constantly moving around the room and you're watching everything and you're trying to, manipulate everything, so
Yes.
It was good. I'd be on the right path and then I get off and I'd be on the right path again and off. That's the way it is in life, isn't
Yep,
it?
it is. Okay, well, thank you for letting us interview you, sister.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much.
It's nice meeting you.
You too. Bye-bye. Bye.
And now Miss Lemmings is going to be announcing who will be moving on to the next round.
I heard you, Randall, say, how many ways can you think of to find a needle in a haystack? And I can burn the hay. Let's start there. So very good. Okay, all right, well, welcome back to those of you that are tuning in. I was telling the students that I have their cards. I have not looked over to see, but I know that I'm going to start from 12 and move to 1. So congratulations again to all of you. That was an exhilarating, would you agree, round? It was difficult, but also a lot of fun. So good luck to everybody, and I'll be announcing those 12 that are moving on to round 3 tomorrow. So in 12th place today for the Gauntlet was Sarveen Vatanka. Good job. Step forward. Next up. In 11th place today was Sebastian Valdez. Good job. In 10th place was Jane David. Good job, Jane. In 9th place in the Gauntlet was Clarissa Paulus. 8th place today, Reggie Garza. In 7th place for the Gauntlet was Matthew Bagala. 6th place, Randall Martini. All right, here's our top 5. In 5th place, Abram Wagner. In 4th place, Chapman Dodd. In 3rd place, Stella Guetta. Same spot, right? All right, down to the top 2. In 2nd place for this round was Evelyn James. And coming in 1st place, maybe someone you'll want to watch for tomorrow, Brooks McDavid. Congratulations. I will be meeting with you shortly to talk about tomorrow's round, and congratulations to all of our participants. I know it was fun and challenging, and
That concludes rounds 1 and 2 of our amazing Angel Shake, and I have our principal here and the person who organized all this, Miss Levings.
Hello.
So, what do you think about our group of students this year? How do you think they did?
They're dynamos. I mean, they're an exciting bunch, and it's been really fun to kind of walk through and watch them in the Gauntlet, watch them in these last several weeks of practice, see how they've developed or how they're honing their skills and how hard they've worked. I know they've had a busy week, but it's an exciting thing to see students, especially as young as 6th grade, or students that might have, this is their last chance to do it in 7th grade, or they're new to the school. It's just really exciting every year watching these students, and it's something I enjoy because I get to work with them on a different level.
Is there any Gauntlet round that stood out to you specifically, like your favorite one?
Oh, I don't think I have a favorite. They're all my favorite. It's really funny because Sister Elizabeth had the Gamers Corner.
Yes.
And so she was like, why did you give me the video game? By the end of it, she had so much fun.
She loved it. She loved it. She was up here. She was talking about how much fun it was.
Right,
like,
and the judges
amazing.
loved watching her do that. So, I mean, I find joy in a lot of not only the creation of the rounds, but how the students do and how the judges respond to them. Our judge, alumni, also loved the pep talk. I'm sorry, not the pep talk, the Pressure Point podcast.
Oh.
The Angel Burger was a tough one.
Oh, yeah, it was.
I loved starting off with Red Carpet Ready, and Barbie Leo did a fantastic job, just in her element. Jesus the Teacher is important for us to have every year. The President, the pause with the President was new, so it's impossible to pick a favorite one.
Yes, there were a lot of good ones.
Yes, thank you.
So, do you have any final words to say?
I just want to thank all of you, whoever was able to tune in today from work or from home or share with family and friends, or we'll go back and watch it later. I told the students earlier that they could have gone home, they could have done a million other things. Some of them could have gone to basketball games, but instead they chose to be here. They chose to put themselves through this obstacle course for soft skills, and it really shows a dedication that they have, regardless of the results, that they're willing to work and better themselves, and that's just something that I find to be so admirable. So the courage it takes, how bold they are, I just think it's a beautiful thing, and I feel very fortunate to be able to work with these children.
I completely agree. A lot of these kids were I was very impressed by their answers, the ones that I brought up and interviewed. I think that everybody did a fantastic job. And I'd just like to thank Miss Levings for giving me the opportunity to be y'all's host today. I had so much fun.
Thank you for coming back.
Yes.
I know, I miss you here too.
Okay, so thank you to everybody who tuned in, and congratulations to everybody who moved on to the next round.
Thank you.